He pushes me. Yo, I lose it. I can't fight. I've never been in a physical fight in my life. He pushes me. Dati, you know what's the simple? If it gets to that point. I remember participating in one pusher and I fell. I felt that, you know what, we're not gonna sleep. We're not gonna sleep, he's gonna finish what he started. Napakama, namluma. Yeah, like namluma. I wasn't even thinking about infections or diseases or whatever. Would I do it again? Hell yes. If I have to defend myself, I'll definitely do it again. Aibo, the hell.
Corners in the paddock, get my piece. I'm pushing P. Cop no hammers for my P. We don't want no peace. Got a spot across right. Chicken peas. Got the data, now we plotting. Inside the peas. She not a lesbian for peace. She turned lesbian. Push P. I'm pushing P. On capital P, I write the president, count presidents. Push P's on her knee.
Hi my loves, welcome to another video. This is a story time. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a while. I haven't told a story in ages, but anywho, I have a story for you guys today. I hope you are gonna enjoy it. And yeah, this is gonna be familiar to most of you guys, but not most. Oh my god, just a few people that I know that are subscribed to my channel might have an idea. Not even might, they actually know, you get me. But it's whatever, honestly. I don't care. Hope you do enjoy the video. If you do, you know what to do. Please do give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. I have a pillow on me because I'm just sitting awkwardly. Not awkwardly, but it's really in a very unmindful way. And what is a story time without a drink? I'm definitely gonna drink. For this one. So for today, we are having this baby. What is this? We're having this baby. I don't want anything hectic, so I thought, let me just have this. I've been having a lot of brutal fruit lately, so I just thought, you know what, let me take a break. And because I'm going to work tomorrow anyway, I'm actually filming this on a weekday. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I don't know how the setting is. I'm still trying to figure out which spot I can use to film in this house, and with lighting and background as well. And my plant that I usually use as a backdrop, or just to have a mini or just a splash of color, is currently not with me. Anywho, story time. Let me first pour myself a drink. Ooh, this is hard. Ooh. And I got this glass from Pep Home. It was 20 rands. One thing about me and glasses, yo, sana. One thing about me and glasses. Oh, I drink yoba. This is a story. I drink yoba. Finally brought myself to tell the story. Like, I've been prolonging it, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, you know, let me just, you know, because we share stories whether it's cute, whether it's not, and this one is a bit wild. I'm sure you can tell by the title. Anywho, let's get into the video. I hope you guys do enjoy it, and yeah, let's just don't waste any time. Let's get it. Clink. So let me first have a sip, Sana. Let me sip. Oh, Amanda, this is nice. This is very nice. Is this sparkling wine or champagne? Sparkling wine. Whatever it is, you. Imnandi. Oh, my window is open because kushushu, and I'm not too far from the road, so you're gonna hear cars, but I'm sorry for that. I'm gonna try to be as audible as I can. So, how and when did this start? This started, was it a year ago or two? A year ago, right? So, if you know where I work, my company has 3 branches, right? One in Durban, one in Cape Town, and one in Johannesburg. And the one in Johannesburg isn't as big, so we're just starting off. So we happen to be the first group, you get me? Alright, cool. So whenever there'd be new recruits or new people coming in, we'd show them the way, because we've shown them the ropes because we've been there for quite some time. Great stuff. And then if there's people, well, actually, so they would also take people to training during induction, so that you give them insight. If they have any questions, you just, you know, the whole shebang. Great stuff. So during that time, I actually got promoted to a new role, so that required me to be more involved with trainees and everything. So I'd go to training and during that time, that's when I met this guy. Who are we gonna call this guy? I'm gonna try to be kind and not be mean about it. I'm not angry. I'm really not angry, so there's no need for me to be spicy or spiteful. So we're gonna call this guy. Sambiza grand theft because he's a thief. Okay, let's not do that. Oh my god. What are we gonna call this guy? Detective Sambiza Maklasana because he likes sunglasses. Like he wore sunglasses every day, like it ain't nobody's business. It glasses is matters on my pen, and then you think, oh my god, you know. But yeah, yes, this is how I felt and also viewed him at the time when we were together. I'm not just saying it now. He knows it too. Everyone knows it too because Sana, it was just too much. I'm not someone who exercises, and he even tried to get me into the classes, and I was just like, you know what, it's not my vibe. I'm good, you know. And we're fine about it. But yeah, so we're gonna call him Maklasan. Sharp. We meet girl. Obviously we are more like phone. We meet, we do introductions, and then Maklasana would try and ask, would go out of his way to ask like dumb questions, like you can tell that he knows an answer to it, or you had just explained it, but he would ask so that he can get your attention. Fine. So my time at the training room, I only went there like twice, like 2 days, and then I went back to my actual role, positional post incident, and then I went on with my job. So training was over. They now actually joined the team. When they joined the team, that's when he started trying to befriend me, because I was friends with these other girls that were closer. It's nice when closer people link up because you feel at home, because it's not every day that you're gonna bump into a closer person in Joburg, you know. Or if you do, it's gonna be someone who's not maybe half closer, or you know, but it's rare to find someone who's actually from the Eastern Cape. Yeah, bo? So it was one of those. So I was hanging around with these girls. I'd assist them with e-learnings and systems and great stuff. So he was also in the mix because he was friends with them because they were in training together. Sharp. My classic here would get to know me. If he's going to smoke, he would ask me to accompany him. I was like, ah, cool, no problem. And then he says, yo, Sana, he doesn't have reason, eh? So this other day he's like, hey, you should try modeling, you know. I was like, I'm too short, and I knew he was trying to talk to me, you know. And I don't talk to boys like that. Like, I'm not a very chatty person, or I might come across as one, but it's hard for me to, you know. I'm not a social person. Great. I get my classy. I'd accompany him and stuff because I don't want to be rude as well, and he was respectful towards me as well. So he would take pictures. Oh, he took pictures on my phone, and then he said, can you please send me these? And because I'm not using an Android, I had to send it to him via WhatsApp. Okay. That was his way of getting my number. And he's like, oh, I'm actually a photographer. We should do a shoot. And I was like, you know how photographers are. They're going to use that to try and get on you or under you. Great stuff. So I was like, it's fine. We'll see. I check his page. It's his personal page. But he has some pictures there. And then I look and I'm like, oh, okay, there's potential because the pictures are quite old. So also the quality, considering maybe the device I was using at the time. So I was, oh, okay, what happened? What, you know, your recent work and whatever. So he'd go on about who he worked with and like, shut, no problem. So after he got my number, I sent him his pictures, and he would start texting me on a daily, like, hey, hi. And I'd respond, and then this other time I was like, actually, I'd like to have lunch with you. Would you like to spend your lunch with me? I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then he said, okay, I'm gonna cook. You should join me. So we chill downstairs, and everyone was looking at it like, Nombesh, this guy wants you, you know. So they call me by my surname. Well, my surname is Nombecheni, but they shorten it because they don't know how to pronounce the entire O. It's just too long. So they call me Nombesh. They're like, Nombesh, man, this guy really wants you. I was like, guys, nah, come on. And at the time when my class was busy trying to finesse me and do whatever, people were under the impression that I'm seeing someone. Well, I was seeing someone, but yeah, phela, you know, one of those talking stages that never end anyway. So it was during that time. So to him, he saw me as a challenge, something that he can conquer, because he was going on telling people about how uzoshaya umdwam with Estina and you know. So umdwam at the time was connecting beard, or the guy in person was connecting beard, so he was under the impression that I'm seeing someone. So he thought uzamshaya Estina and dan for money. I don't know, you know. So sharp. That happens, we get to know each other. I'm like, you know what, I don't do vibing, and we're gonna get to know each other. If we like each other, then it's either we date or we don't, but I'm not open to. He was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm open to the idea. I date as well, I don't play. He is old, so why would you be playing? You're 30 something year old, for crying out loud. If you're 30 something year old, guys, I'm sorry. If you're 30 something year old, you're old, because my aunt is 30 something year old, so you're just old. It's just that there's nothing wrong with it. I'm old as well. I'm in my early 20s, but 30 something year old, my uncles are 30, you know, so fine. So cool, we start going out, we start sneaking kisses and because we took it slow, you know. And then he doesn't have a place. He would come to my place all the time. I didn't have a problem with that. So this is where things started going south, ne? Sharp. So he would come to my place the entire time, And then now I'm getting disturbed because, Sana, why are we always indoors? I'm not going to spend the entire relationship behind closed doors, you get me? So I'm you know what? This is not going to work. I like A, B, C, and D. It doesn't have to be bougie. I'm a very basic person. Like, let's go let's go outside. Let's, you know? And I tell him things I don't like. First thing he did was, he took me, no, we made plans, yes. We had made plans, so we would make plans, he wouldn't follow through. We'd make plans, he wouldn't show up. If we make plans for 11 in the morning, he's gonna show up at 6 p.m, knowing very well. Where can you find sip and paint at 6 p.m? You know very well that we made reservations for that, for 11 a.m. strictly. And he'd communicate about, oh, hey, actually gonna be running late, this and this and this. Yo, he would lie a lot. Until something came up with my grandma. Ganumdu busy is watching soccer, you get me? And sometimes it's, guys, I watch soccer, but I'm not that into it. It's like rugby. I don't have a problem with rugby. I watch it, I understand it, you get me? But he would fight. We can literally go to a bar and watch soccer. We can go to Melville, watch soccer while we drink beers. We can do whatever. Or say, hey Snesipo, let's not make plans because I have a match coming up this week, so I'm gonna be doing that. Great. So he would show up very late, and then I just started getting annoyed. But you know what? I am not gonna do that, because what are we doing really? Just having sex and what, you know? Because guys, and like, let's go outside, let's step outside. I'm very young, you know, let's go to a market, let's do, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. After I told him that, he started shifting and acting funny and weird. He's never asked me out on a date, like, let's go out, or let's go grab something, or let's go grab something to drink. And then when he finally did, I've never been to a tavern. I grew up in a township, but I've never been to a tavern because I feel uncomfortable. Growing up as girls, we were taught, I was taught, intomazana aye tavern. I go to a bar because a bar, at least there's people my age group, and it's safer, it's cleaner, it's just different. The people there are just different, you know, you're safe, you get me? If you're taking me to a tavern, that's a different story. Okay, fine. We go to the tavern, and then after that, I was just like, you know what, I'm just not about this. Fine. And I told him that, you know, I understand, but you know, I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable. Guys. And yes, I just, it's not me. Great stuff. So it's actually, and the time goes on, and still, man, this guy, nothing is happening. I'm like, oh, okay, for things to happen, I had to initiate it and make sure and see that it see that it happens, see it through, you know. Initially, I didn't mind it because but also, why aren't you putting in the effort, yabo? The okay, sharp, and then so we'd fight. And ke umfana, I think he had a fetish because I'm not his type. I'm not someone he would date. His ex looks nothing like me. He's old. He's into old people who look old because they are old. I think, like I said before, that I was a challenge, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I was into that. I was something that he needed to conquer, and then when he saw, oh, okay, he was like, and he started feeling insecure because his ex cheated on him. How is it my fault that? Why must I suffer for your ex's doings? You get me? So he would communicate about how how scared he is of being taken for a ride. We're all scared and do not want to be taken for a ride and being played. So he started, yo guys, don't date at work. He started being funny, and then as time goes, so they started bringing in new people and bringing in new people. So our team, there's 2 guys that joined. Problem is, those guys just happened to be closer. Then yaqala inkathazo ke ngoku. Yaqala inkathazo, it was, oh my god. So we'd have events at work, I've posted vlogs before. We would have functions and so one of these guys was busy putting up a banner, and I happened to pass by, and he asks me, why is that guy looking at you like that? How is it my problem that he's looking at me some type of way, And then this other day he would, like, it became a pattern. I actually, when people would say, no man, something is wrong with this guy, or this guy is obsessed, or my class, because if someone passes by and they're looking at me, especially guys, he'd have a problem with that. What I didn't understand was, why are you stressed about how people are looking at me? If people find me attractive, that's fine. Same way you found me attractive, they're gonna find me attractive. The problem, or what matters more, is what I do about it. You get me? And then if he hears that someone wants me, it's gonna be a problem. He's not gonna talk to me. He's gonna, and guys, I am not gonna beg and apologize for being wanted. And yes, and people are like, nah, it's probably because you're the first baddie or chumbake, two-faced. His friends, especially the guys, because they come to me and tell me stuff, but I'm not gonna say that and bring all of that here. And umaklasana is a gossip, or was a gossip. Maybe he changed, I don't know. Maklasana is a gossip. Everyone knows how much of a baby he is. This is gonna be important later on in the story. Great stuff. When now Maklasana, we have a fire drill, and then during the fire drill, because we go as departments or as teams, so we're in groups, he has a problem that I'm next to, or I'm laughing to next with one of the guys in my team. And so what must I do? Must I act like I don't know them, but we're in the same team? You get me? And these people have girlfriends. Oh my god. And everyone knows that, because he would make it a point that people know we're together. I remember this other time we were just not talking to each other, and he said he needed space. What a diva. He said he needed space, and then now all of a sudden I was showing this girl my channel, and he actually commented about how he knows how good my space looks because he's actually been there. And this girl was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we're together. And then the girl started telling other people, innocently. He calls me this other day to confront me. Yeah, why are you telling people we're dating, whatever. And I'm like, what is this guy's problem? Like, bro, you need to relax. You're the one who's going around, and I'm chilled, honestly. There's no way I'm gonna, it was just so dumb. So I have to apologize. Guys, he is a narcissist. Umdu will do into wrong and actually make you feel bad for it to a point that you have to apologize. Then I'm okay, you know what, because I am not about to baby a fucking grown-ass man. But I did it anyway, because I'm not gonna lie and act like, I'm only realizing these things very late. I shopping up like now his team manager, actually it was her birthday. It was her birthday. So they're like, okay, we're gonna go out as a team, but I'm also gonna invite my friends. She invites me and my friend and the guys, because she knows the guys that are in my team. She invites the entire team. Like, our guys pull through. So we decided to go to News Cafe. News Cafe is right across. It's not too far from work. It's like a 3-minute walking distance. Now, he has a problem that those guys showed up. It's my fault. And gay, he acted, he acted like a bitch. You know what he did? So, And the manager mentioned that she actually called friends and she invited so and so and so and so. So he started showing off and acting all funny when the guys got there. But the guys really didn't care because like they don't know him like that, and there was no need for them to, you know, they were just there because they know the team manager, and they were busy enjoying themselves, and they were busy dancing with girls because, you know, there's girls that they're interested in that they want to dance with. And none of them even came to me and were trying to be funny. It was a hi, hey, and then we all danced. Now this motherfucker, Maglasan, he wants to we unprovoke guys. Yo, I get annoyed very easily, ne? Well, it takes time, but when I'm pissed. So we're busy, we're chilling, he's in the middle. So he toasts everyone, cheers, bumps glasses, and he skips me, goes to the person literally next to me, the glass goes across. And then I asked him, okay, why don't you toast me? He's like, nah, it's not a biggie. Yo, I lost it, and I was so drunk. I lost it. And then I was like, I don't know. I told him where to get off. I was like, no, man, what you're doing is really peachy. And then he tries to run to the bathroom. I was like, fuck this. I'm going to follow him to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, like, if you think you're going to run, you're not. You're going to finish what you started. Why are you acting like a bitch? And I literally said it like this, and people were like, no, don't start drama. It's like, if it's drama that he wants, it's drama that he's gonna get because he's acting like a fucking bitch. He's acting weak. Number one, those guys that go there are even younger than him. You get me? Abanye, I don't know why he felt threatened for some reason I don't understand. Like, it's just hilarious. Till this day, honestly, I think the idea of someone treating me better than him was the problem. Yo, sana, hey. So fine, people were like, no, Nembecheni, don't. I was like, nah, fuck this. I don't care. People can look at me. I don't care. One thing about me, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. You can wake up, talk about me tomorrow. I do not care, you know. And till this day, I still don't care. I'm gonna stand by whatever I said, you know. I sharp. He's like, yeah, you know, he's leaving. No problem. So I was also leaving. So he says, no, don't leave alone. And then one of his female friends said she's coming to see her boyfriend. Her boyfriend lived here in somewhere close to Maboning, but we shared the Uber. He came with us because he said he wanted to make sure we're safe. Fine, we get to my place because that's where we've been, my place, because he doesn't have a place. So we get to my place. When we get to my place, we continue arguing about why were those guys there? Where do I enter? It was not my birthday party, so why is it my problem? I was just invited, same way everyone else was invited. You get me? So we have a back and forth. Great stuff. Now, I don't know what got to me. He passes out. Oh, he says, oh, why am I even here? How did I get here? And I'm thinking, oh my God. A 30-something-year-old is asking me. He's implying that I kidnapped him. Me, this tiny. I wish you can see how big that man is. I don't have his pictures. I was gonna put his picture there and then cover his face. How in the world, how the hell would I be capable of kidnapping guys? I don't know. Something is wrong with his head. Something was definitely wrong with his head. Oh, wait, I'm good to get. He's overwhelmed. Ati, we need to take a break because he's overwhelmed. Whenever he does something wrong, Ati, he's overwhelmed. That's just him. That's hi guys. I sharpen up like. So fine. If you've watched that movie, Tyler Perry, the recent one, where that guy fucks over the girl and then he says, I'm actually thinking of giving you a second chance, but he's the one that's wrong that needs to ask for a second chance. Yes, exactly. You know that movie? The movie was a trigger, guys. The movie was a trigger. And then he would be a dick behind closed doors, and then when he gets to he was gonna act all nice. Because people know how crazy I am and how much of a blabbermouth I am, it's easy for them to believe him than me. But I was like, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. There's always two sides of the story, so people are gonna run with whatever. And after all the events that had happened, people would actually come and ask, I'm a Nombecheni, what's happening? And then I'd tell them like, yo, Sana, imagine if we didn't, you know? And he had tendencies of say maybe we fight, he's gonna take a screenshot and then post it in a group chat, his team's group chat. And I'm thinking, if you're trying to make me look bad or you're trying to look cool or look like a saint, it's not gonna work. Actually, you are making yourself look dumber because people started gossiping about him behind his back. He was even training because people were like, yo, such a weakling, why would you know? And he thought that, sharp. So that night I go through, something said go through his phone. He was sleeping. I take his finger. Because phone like you've fingerprint. Go through. I check WhatsApp. I'm like, hi man, this guy. I don't know, there's just that thing that says go through their phone. Went through the phone, I checked. This is still within a month or 2 months actually. Escalated pretty quick. It was very toxic for both of us, Shem. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was very toxic. And it was very toxic. It ended badly, and I'm glad that it ended because one of us was gonna live in a body bag. Fine. That night things got hectic. So I check, I see this girl that he was talking to, Offense. The girl's Offense. She also lives in Alex, where he lives, yeah. But I was like, oh, okay, type okay, so it makes sense, yeah. So this girl, she would post, and he would constantly comment on her pictures, and also with this texts that were deleted, and he was insisting on taking this girl out. This girl's like, I have a boyfriend, I can't. He's like, no, it's just dinner. And what pissed me off was the fact that he's actually asking other people out, and he has never thought of taking me out. And then I was thinking, is he trying to sponge off me because he's my subordinate, So I was like, but I was like, it's whatever. So that pissed me off, and then I wake him up because number one, he's been accusing me of cheating, knowing very well that it's him that's been, He gets angry that I checked his phone. That's the only reason. And he says he was confused. That's why he was busy asking the girl out. Like, oh, okay, so you never thought to ask me out, and your girlfriend, or was his girlfriend at the time. He beats around the bush, he gets upset, he pushes me. I lose it. I can't fight. I've never been in a physical fight in my life. He pushes me. That what's the simple? If it gets to that point. I remember participating in one pusher and I fell. I felt that we're not gonna sleep. He's gonna finish what he started. I didn't. First thing I thought was smash his phone against the wall, but I was like, it's pointless, really, Napakama, namluma. Like namluma. I wasn't even thinking about infections or diseases or whatever. Namluma. I think like 4, if not 3 bites. Namluma, and he had tender skin because he has a skin condition. His skin is a bit orangish. Namluma. To a point where, and then we continued back and forth. That there's no way I'm gonna let a man do as he please with me. Guys, that I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna cause a scene if you don't leave me alone, and I'm gonna call security. And then he started blackmailing me about how he brought things that were not necessary, and then he started lying. And even before that, hey guys, fine, that happens. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna share a bed with this guy. I'm gonna sleep on the floor. I let him sleep on the bed. Tomorrow he was going to work. Fine, I was off. He doesn't go to work. You know what he does? He takes pictures of the bites. He sends them to the group on WhatsApp at work. He thinks that people are like, oh, Snapchat is so abusive. I'm so tiny, guys. If you're gonna be snacks to me for fighting back, whose fault is that? I don't care, but I'm gonna defend myself because aibo Norway, Maklasan. Sharp. He sends that to WhatsApp group, and now people are starting to text me. Some were posting them on their status. We're laughing about it. I'm like, this guy, why honestly would you, because he's bringing attention to himself. I didn't care, because also if you ask yourself, why would it even get to a point where I have to bite you? Why am I even biting you, Would I do it again? Hell yes. If I have to defend myself, I'll definitely do it again. Aibo, the hell, craze. Before that, when we would make plans for e-date, kind of this other time, umfana wahamba nami wandisa kwi-bowling alley. It was very nice. I appreciated it. We went there, we bowled for like 30 minutes, and he was like, he needs to go home and look after his grandma. Umtu is at a bar watching soccer, and he was, oh, okay, what happened, So there were like many events that pissed me off to a point where you know what, I'm just there, like I'm in denial, but I'm actually starting to let go. And just when you move on, relationship, so that when you leave for good. great stuff. So I'm gonna say to Bana, no, let's try. We just bad for each other. We need to work on ourselves. Now I'm doing say, no man, I need to do better. I need to work on myself and because apparently I was wrong for biting him, for catching him, for cheating, and actually I was wrong for biting him when I was trying to defend myself when he was attacking me, when I found out that he was cheating. Exactly. Fine. Now time goes, we're like, you know what, we're gonna take a break, but we're gonna take it slow. We're not gonna take a break, we're gonna take it slow. We're not gonna see other people, but we need to work on ourselves. You've got this. Anything for umdwako. If he says he doesn't like me hanging out with guys after work, it's whatever, then all guys know, because I wouldn't like it as well if he would. Forgetting that this nigga actually has female friends, and I never had a problem with that, because you know what, just him and I'm secure, you know, there was no reason for me to feel some type of way about it, but I was like, it's whatever. Now, problem was, I lose my phone. After losing my phone, when was this? It was August, September. I think it was August last year. Yeah, it was August when I lost my phone. So August, I lose my phone. I run, I text my friend, I text whoever I can, like, yo, please tell Sbanman that I don't have a phone, I got dropped. Tell Sbanman I got dropped. So when the message got to him, I think the person mixed up the places, because I told them where I got dropped, and they said I got dropped in Auckland Park. What would I be doing in Auckland Park? There's no, even if Benzoti I went to watch a movie or what would I do? There's only Campus Square in Auckland Park. Like, there's no entertainment centers, there's no bars, you get me. He wasn't concerned about the fact that I lost my phone, wasn't concerned about my safety. All he was worried about was, what were you doing in Auckland Park? Why is your friend saying you're in Auckland Park, but you said you're not in Auckland Park, you're in Newtown? Shop. I don't have a phone. Now, remember I told you the company was just starting out, so it kept expanding. So we have phones that we use. We have work phones, they're smartphones. So when someone resigns, they turn in their phone and their equipment and then they leave. So when we're moving to a bigger space, he was entrusted with phones that he should keep them. Should there be new people or anyone's devices become faulty, they're gonna take that as a replacement. There were 8 phones, there were 6 phones. 6 phones. He keeps those phones, great. And then go to him, I'm like, hey, actually, how long have you had those phones for? So I was trying to see how he is, if he was actually gonna give me one. Like, how about you give me one phone and then I can use it while I wait for a replacement, because I ordered a new phone. Like, while I wait for my phone, how about I use this one? Because I was thinking, if I'm at work, I can use that phone because I'm mostly at work, and then when I'm at home, I can use my laptop and my burner phone. I was like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, alright, cool, no problem. Because also, we're not allowed to use those phones for our personal use, like take it home and stuff. But I was like, people use them at work for whatever, but still don't leave the premises with the phone. But sharp, I didn't persist. Fancy, time goes. Then I happened to move from Mabuning. I had to make some life changes and move. There were just some factors that pushed me to move. So I moved. When I moved, I happened to move when those 2 guys were actually moving to Mabuning. Now he's under the impression that I'm leaving Mabuning for him. I'm leaving Mabuning because he doesn't like those guys, or because those guys make him feel uncomfortable. And I'm thinking, who are you? Are you Jesus? Fine, I move. He's like, I'm gonna help you move. He helps me move. I move my stuff. Where I stay, there were a few tenants, because it's not an apartment complex, but busy flats, yeah. So where I stayed, I had 4 neighbors. All those neighbors were married. I'm the youngest one. They are married, they live with their partners. And then, not all of them. So those that were not married, baby, like fat and said, they were staying with partners though. Great. So I don't know the place. He's like, actually, because when, I don't know, we're going to the shop, so we're trying to figure out the route to the mall, and we see this other girl leaving, and then he was asking where can we get quotas, and how do we catch a taxi, how does this work. So she was telling us how things work around the shop. And now on our way, he tells me, hey, actually, you should make friends and stop this thing of being indoors, and just make friends, go out, see the place so that you're comfortable and whatever. My neighbors used to play music a lot. It's because I'm basically not doing anything. This random Saturday or Friday, my neighbors were busy chilling. They're playing music, I'm also chilling, I'm playing my own music but not loud. They actually say, hey, come join us. The girlfriend says, hey, come join us, we're actually gonna go get drinks, because I was drinking brutal fruit. Like, let's go, we're gonna go get drinks. Do you go to clubs? I was like, yeah, sure. So they're like, okay, cool, let's go to the Dissofeng. We go to Dissofeng. Yeah, we're gonna go get cider at Dissofeng. He calls. The guy calls my glass. When he calls, I pick up. Mind you, so we're over. This was December, actually. Yeah, December. So he calls, and then he says, oh, he calls and then he asks where I am. He always asks, where are you? Who are you with? I live alone, who would I be with? So when he called that time, he heard that I was in the car. Oh, I'm actually on my way to this other place. We're going to buy alcohol. I went with my neighbors. It's like, yeah, what are those people saying about me there at the back? Like, what people? No one knows any. Guys, they don't have a boyfriend, but they don't know him like that, because they saw him when he was helping me move in. No one was talking about him. He was just so paranoid. Even at work, when we were just talking, he happens to pass, he would send me teams. What were those guys saying about me? No one, he was so obsessed and so paranoid. No one is talking about you, dude. Like, chill. So we fought because he thinks I'm cheating with my neighbors, and I'm like, this guy. And there was a time I needed lift club. Everyone has cars in our yard except for me. And then he was like, yeah, you're busy cheating with them. If I was, don't you think I wouldn't suffer with lift club? They'd pick me up and drop me off whenever. And then he's like, yeah, still, when people cheat, they don't care if you have a partner. And I was like, yo, this guy doesn't respect me. And I was like, you know what, we are done. I didn't say this to him, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, I tried to convince him, because I hate it when people have a certain view of me, and I know it's not correct sometimes, especially ganja. I look to I'm a cheater. I don't like people who cheat, guys. If you cheat on me, I leave. Yeah, so I was like, no man, I wouldn't do A, B, C, and D sharp. This other time, I want a quarter. This girl's like, no man, Kota Yalapa is not nice. I was actually staying in Protea Glen. She's like, Kota Yalapa is not nice. You need to go to Naledi. In order for you to go to Naledi, you catch a taxi, a local taxi. If you know local taxis, they are round, that they drive. They'll drive. It's probably going to take you like 30 minutes to even get to Naledi. And you're going to have to wait for a quota. I had received my phone that time. And I decided to leave it behind because I was still traumatized because I lost my phone. So I tell him, yo, I'm actually going to get something to eat. I'm going to leave my phone behind. I leave my phone. When I come back, 22 missed calls and text messages about, it's fine, don't bother calling me, you're making me a fool, there's no quarter place that's gonna take you an hour. He literally calculated. I sent a picture of the quarter, guys, a picture of the quarter, and I was with this girl because I was like, you know what, let's take a picture and show him. And also this girl's like, babes, this is not cool, this is just so toxic. But I was like, guys, it's whatever. Fine. And when we'd plan dates, he doesn't show up. I tell him this other time, but I saw a place on TikTok, we should check it out. Ati, oh no, I can't, but you can go. It was like, sharp. So I go out. You see the place I went to in my vlogs, the place in that, what's that place? Is it something beach? What beach way to that I went to? It's like, yeah, who took you there? Oh, are you on a date? I was like, also, he's pressed that I'm actually on a date. Well, I wasn't on a date, but in my head I'm thinking, so he doesn't like the idea of me going on a date with someone, but he won't take me out on a date or won't even come with me. Because with me, it's not about even wanting you to pay, it's just having you around, like being with you, like let's go together. If we're gonna split the bill, I don't care, we'll split the bill. When I then did the first thing, I'm like, okay, you know what, after work, let's actually go to La Parada. Atiyo, did I'll pay, then he would want to go. You get me? So fine, so it was that you know what, fuck this. I'm not doing this with you. Fine, we break up, it's official. Now he's like, can we be friends? Because I don't want to lose you in my life. And I say, I don't befriend my exes. I'm not gonna be friends with you, but just know I don't hate you. We're good people, but we're not gonna be friends. I can't be friends with you, because whoever I'm gonna date, I wouldn't appreciate it if they were friends with their ex. Therefore, I'm not gonna be your friend, because and we know one reason that brought us together is because there's funana. So now it didn't work. Let's let it be. Fine, new group arrives. He does the same thing. He makes it known that he's busy with me, and I'm like, dude, you need to relax. And it's been time, because ever since we said we're taking it slow, we've never been intimate. You know, that was like close to 6 months, and this is Jan now. Now, there's obviously people are starting to show interest. People are showing interest. People from different, because building it, we rent that space. So there's obviously people from. Whenever I'm talking to someone, he's gonna make sure he follows me. He makes it a point. If I'm stepping out to go on break, he's gonna follow me and act like he's going to smoke. If I'm going to get food, he's gonna follow me. If I'm to a point where this other guy from this other team, we're gonna call him photographer. That one killed him. Number one, he's a real photographer. His work is actually good. He's an actual photographer. That guy, he gets gigs, he gets booked. And just because you don't get gigs, it doesn't mean you're not a photographer, but your work and your ethic, With him, it wasn't even a thing of, oh, you should be a model. Oh, he just mentioned that, oh, I actually am a photographer, because he found out that I do YouTube and. I was like, I should take pictures of you someday because you have a nice phone. So we'd go to the rooftop, he'd take pictures of me, we'd go outside. When I tell you he would follow us, he would act like he's going to the mall if we're going to EY to take a picture. If we're going to the 6th floor, 7th floor, he's gonna follow us. If I'm knocking off and the guy is going to smoke, he's gonna follow us. It was, guys, to a point where when the guy passes and my friend, because everyone knew, because he was just, guys, he would turn red if someone comes to my seat, and he would stare. People were actually asking, why is that guy staring at you like that? So he would also look at other people's reactions when that certain guy passes, Different, oh my guys, honestly. And that guy was actually taking nice pictures of me, and I really appreciated it. And there was literally nothing going on. You get me? He was like, yeah, even the people that you think are your friends, they're gossiping about you. They're saying you're sleeping with that guy. I was chilled, because I knew no one was saying any of that. He would just wanted me to be defensive and whatever. But I was like, it's whatever, because I know the guy has a girlfriend and I'm not interested in him like that. Do you think I would date at work again after the nonsense that you pulled? Like, come on, logic. Great. Now, Ellie Jan, someone's phone stops working and we need a replacement phone. I'm like, oh, actually, Uma class has phones that were given to him that he was meant to give to IT, but he never did. How about you take that and use it as a replacement? My class says he sold the phones because he doesn't get paid enough. And then I don't believe him. I check his locker. He actually sold the phones, and I went to IT. IT says no, they never received any phones. They actually had to buy new phones. Sharp. I asked him, where are the phones? He says, I gave them to IT. I'm like, you're lying. You sold them. And those phones have IMEs, and they can actually check those phones. And then he was like, nah, it's not like they pay me enough anyway. Cool, no problem. So I was like, oh, okay. And then he gave one to his mom because it was his mom's birthday. Sharp, no problem. We're over, ne? He keeps on sending me texts. When I come back and the guy walks in or we go out together, Vele, you guys are together. What? If you need someone to take pictures of you, you can just ask me. I'm like, you could have done that when we were together. We're not together anymore. And now that you see someone is doing it, why are you pressed? And one thing I hope I can change about myself is just stop entertaining nonsense, because when he says something, I'll just get pissed instantly. I won't tell him where to get off, because why the hell are you trying to be active now when you couldn't when I needed you to be? And that guy, when he would get me coffee and he would get me a smoothie, like small things. I didn't even ask him. He's not even my boyfriend. You get me? It got to a point where he was harassing the guy. I had to go to his manager to tell his manager that he needs to stop this behavior, or it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy. Now he's busy. He was busy trying to, the whole entire friendship thing. He's busy sending me texts on Teams like, babes, if you don't stop this, number one, I'm gonna report you for selling those phones. That's how I got him to stop harassing people and actually harassing me. Because even when his grandmother died, may his soul rest in peace, he called me 15 times. 15 times. And what was I doing? I was on a date, getting to know someone. And then he sends me a text, you don't care, my grandma dies, and what do you want me to do? I'm sorry that your grandma is dead, but we are not together like that. I'm not your friend, you get me? So we tried forcing this friendship thing before the grandmother died, because grandmother died in March. Yeah, I think it was in March. So before that, man, he would try, and then I was like, you know what? Because people would say, I was actually starting to go on dates and like getting to meet people. People were like, yo, Nabesh, you actually look nice. If you're on a date, oh, how was your date? I'm very chatty. Like, how's your date? Oh, and you know? So he would get pissed, like, you can actually start seeing someone as well. And he's like, yeah, no, I don't think I date anyone here, and I don't want to date at work anyway, and I'm still not over us. Maybe someday we're gonna be fine. Like, stop, man. And then Yowena, even before, I actually threatened to report him so that he can stop harassing me and the people around me, the men around me. Ebe, yo, he was a lot, to a point where he sent me teams what he into yethu ayiphelelanga apha wathi into yam nawe asikayiqedi. Yeah, he's petty, but he said something in Zumba, into yam nawe asikayiqedi. One thing about my old screenshot, I have a folder on my work laptop, screenshot, and I save it there. I'm waiting for rainy days. If you mess with me, I will sing. That's one thing I told him. That's when he actually got to leave me alone. So now there's this girl that he actually thought, he said, okay, I might actually do something with her, but just as a rebound to do whatever. I was like, actually, because umdala intanga yakhe. Then she says, he says, but she just puts on too much makeup. She doesn't put on makeup, it's pons. Pof umdala, so it makes sense. He's like, nah, she just puts on too much makeup, and like, she's just, you know, umdala, maybe it's her vibe, she likes pons, but it was, and then we laughed about it, and then fine. So there was a time when, so we're chilled, we're not doing anything, so we just chilled after I told him where to get back off Wapola. And then this other time he needed money, so I lent him money because I would get paid before him, so I'd give him money. And then I also gave him some of my personal belongings, feminine things that I gave him, yabo, or things that is yabo. So fast forward to not so long ago, I think a few months back, umfana, I hear people keep asking me, hey, when are you beefing with Ubanban? Are you beefing with Ubanban? What do you mean? We're gonna call you Gelo Pons. Are you beefing with Pons? Pons, the yo papata ubuso, she whiz Pons every day, but she's not important in the story. And then I'm like, what do you mean? So girl says you're beefing with her because apparently you asked for your things back from your ex. Guys, what was I supposed to do? If you borrow someone money, you expect them to return it. I just asked for my things, and I asked for my beanie. What are you gonna do with a female beanie? It's my beanie, bring it back, you get me? Like, there's nothing wrong with me asking for you to bring my bra. You a guy, you're not gonna wear a bra. I never asked for things that I got him. I never asked him to repay me the money that I've spent when I was taking him out on dates, you know? If I was petty, I would have done that. So apparently, Upans Akamdala, she's so old. She goes around telling people that I'm better, that she's actually seeing my class. Why would I be better? Why would I be better when I had to threaten this guy to leave me alone? You get me? See, also, it's my things. If I need my iPhone cable, I'm gonna need my iPhone cable. It's mine, you know? If Mente, it's yours, I bought it for you, it would make sense. And there's a Benaphone that I gave him as well. He said he's borrowing it for business. I don't know what business, because he's not a photographer anyway. He just uses that to get girls, you know? He uses it as a line because he doesn't have riz. There's nothing wrong with that. So I was like, if you're not using those, please. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. So he said he's gonna give me on a certain date, and then he doesn't. And then with my money, I said, because there's a lady that sells Avon at work, I was like, oh, actually, don't give me the money, because I didn't want any interactions with him, because it's disrespectful as an ex to be constantly there. So I just David and Paul, like, even when I knew when I'm actually seeing other people starting to actually go out to see people, I actually distanced myself, you know. It would be a hi, hey, we don't hate each other, until this nonsense with this Pons grown as granny yabo. So guys, why would I do that? If I was spiteful, I would have went on about the things I've done for him, how I got him to back off, because even the girl, I told the girl, Nati, you know what, if you're gonna continue speaking shit about me, I'm gonna retaliate, because don't start with me, because I'm not, guys. And I would make it a point that, because she wouldn't come to me directly, she'd speak ebantwini about me, I would sit right next to where she is, have conversation with someone next to her and talk about her. Until if you're gonna go below, I'm gonna go under. One thing about me, you don't play with me like that. So you don't even know. Did it part of me having to prove that your guy was harassing all these guys that were actually trying to talk to me or just be nice to me? Is me telling him that I'm gonna report him for stealing phones at work? It's gonna get him fired, and we don't want that. And I'm not a shitty person like that, because we are all at work. We're working because we need money. We have people depending on us. You get me? So that's do not even. And ever since that, she never continued with her nonsense, and I stopped as well, because there was no need for me to retaliate, because I was like, hey bo. And even the things that I was saying is the things that the guy was saying to me before they even dated, because he was going on about how she walks like she's gonna fall and whatever, because, and because Lampana likes comparing. And it was also, I laughed about it. It was like, oh, okay, it's a good thing, because now he's actually gonna finally leave me alone. I was so relieved that he was actually seeing someone, because he would stalk me and yabo. So now, why all of a sudden would I trip because he's dating someone? I was just like, yo guys, honestly. And then people, how people are, they'll fabricate things and also make it a hoo-haba. Yo, Sana, why would he go for someone like that after he dated you and whatever? It's his type, guys. In she's 30 something, he's 30 something. It only makes sense. You get me? But my only worry was, Shem, I feel sorry for this girl, because sponge umfana. Guys, when I tell you that guy would order stuff on Shein for him, I feel like Cartier 3,000 rand on Shein, he wouldn't buy me necklace A1. But if I'm planning to be ordering something on Shein, I'd get him like a bangle, what's this, a bracelet, or get him a cap. He would never. Necklace Shein is like 10 rands, or earrings are like 40 rands. He would never. So I was like, Shem, poor girl, But I was like, it's a good thing, because they're on the same level, they're together, it's gonna make sense. They're both from Alex, so it's fine, it's gonna work for them. But I was just so annoyed. But luckily, finally, I was able to break away from all that nonsense that was going on. But moral of the story is, never ever date at work. Never date at work. But I'm good now. It's been it's been months. It's been 8 from last year actually, because it's been a long time, because August last year till now, it's close to a year, if it's not a year already. So I was just so confused as to why would I leave you and then trip for leaving you. And if I actually was better or actually wanted that guy, I would have said, you stole these phones, if you dump me, I'm gonna report you. I never did that, because I didn't want him. Instead I said, if you continue harassing me, I'm gonna report you. Simple. So I was like, it's whatever, guys, honestly. But yeah, Shem, I've had my fair share of shitty relationships, but I'm good now. I'm happy. I'm in a very, very good space. I like it for myself. And yeah, it's cute, it's very demure, it's mindful. But yeah, don't date at work. Don't date at work. Cling cling. I hope it was a good story. Hope it was a good story, guys. To a point, it didn't even get to where we posted each other or where I post him, because I post him, because we only dated for like 2 months, and then from there we just started fighting. If a guy breathes my direction, we're fighting. But I'm good now. I'm also grateful that I went through the things that I went through, because I know what I don't want and what I wouldn't want in a partner. So I'm really, really good. So also another thing, it's not your fault to think that Lavera was so insecure. When you validate him, he would actually try and make you feel shitty for him feeling weak. Guys, I would defend him, because when I love. But it was like, it's funny now that I think about it. But shame, my class, that guy's toxic. People were like, no, Becheni. I had a thing, I had a phase of dating people. I dated him because I wanted to date him, but the people I would date were not my types. People know my type, so it was always a shock about Nombichin. And these people are actually the ones that are gonna fuck you over, similar to Ubidi, similar to all those stories that I've told. But it's whatever. We live and we learn. Some things are just lessons, learning curves and whatever. But yeah, if you have any similar experiences, drop them down below. Oh, Sana, sana. I remember when I was learning how to drive, it wasn't a driving school. The person that was teaching me was actually a person with their personal car. Yewena ivek yonke, everyone was saying ba yo my class we are goa because when, and we were not even dating at the time, but why ugoa? It was just guys, hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, please do give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys shortly. Bye.